So a donor advised fund, like I said, it's really a charitable investment account set up by an individual or family to grow assets in a tax effective way for future gifting. The future element of that is really important. Um, a good hypothetical for a donor advised fund is if an individual experiences a large windfall, let's say Bob was extremely successful in the HVAC business. And Bob is ready for retirement and he has a marketable business and he's able to sell that business for $10 million. That is a hugely material financial event in Bob's life. Now, knowing that Bob is also charitably minded and really is seeing this as an opportunity not only to secure his own financial future, but to create a good kind of legacy framework for continued philanthropic needs, he could set up a donor advised fund. And let's say he wanted to direct $2 million into that donor advised fund. The benefit of the donor advised fund in this case is Bob could make that $2 million gift in a year where he has this um, incredibly material financial income event. And so, of that 10 million windfall that he received for the business, he's able to offset 2 million of that by setting up this donor advised fund, making a gift of that amount to the fund. The benefit to Bob is he's now made an irrevocable gift of cash to that fund. But this gift qualifies for immediate tax deduction in that calendar year or carried forward. So it gives the donor a ton of flexibility to be strategic about that gift, either in that given year or strategically into the future to help offset income. And there's no restriction on Bob on when that money needs to be gifted. So the benefit is once that money's in a donor advised fund, it's almost like a personal foundation of sorts with even greater flexibility. So now Bob can invest that money. He can decide, I want to pay out 5% a year. I want to let this money grow for the next 10 years and then start to gift from this account. In some ways, it's kind of like a philanthropic retirement account. So that balance will grow with zero tax impact. There will be no tax on capital gains. Everything that is gifted out of that account in the future is not taxable to anyone. He has made that charitable gift and has full custody and power of how that money is gifted over time. This strategy has become a lot more popular as there's been more options available to individuals, both in terms of how much is needed to set up a donor advised fund. You can set up a donor advised fund with as little as $10,000 or $25,000. And lots of the big custodians or brokerages now offer this type of solution for those that are interested. You could set one up through Fidelity. You could set one up through Schwab. You could set one up through Vanguard. And so it really is a phenomenal solution for somebody that's able to make a lump sum gift as really a legacy asset and legacy gifting fund, and allows that individual to be strategic about timing and offsetting their own personal income. So donor advised fund lots of times will come to life through a major financial event, major financial windfall. I would recommend that setting up a donor advised fund in most cases would make sense to have an advisor engaged in that process. But a fantastic solution for those fortunate to have the resources to consider something like a donor advised fund.